doing some more cooking. Now, I'm going to preface this stream by using this stream as weight loss update as well. So I know I didn't do one last week. I don't know why I didn't do one last week. I think I just didn't bother in the end. Last week I was down to 109 kilos. I'd actually finally broken the 110 kilo barrier that had been putting up so much resistance for the last few weeks. This week, however, I've gone back up to 110 kilos. I'm not too worried about that, and there's a reason for that. Towards the end of last week, I actually came down with a bout of sickness. I lost a lot of weight. Let's say I lost a lot of weight. Why is it whenever anybody... Why is it when I start trying to do anything, people are always trying to get in contact with me? Anyway, now that that's over, where was I? Oh yes, I suffered a bout of sickness last week, yeah, so I basically put weight on after that, so I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, I'm going to put the kettle on because definitely need a cup of tea today. Today I'm going to be cooking Persian veg pilau. This is a recipe again from Slimming World. It's for 4 people, so I'm going to be quartering everything. The other person I cook for, they actually made their dinner last night. They didn't want it. I've kept it in the fridge overnight, so all I'm going to be doing for them is just reheating what I did for them last night. And that was steak and ale casserole. So they will be having that once it's warmed through. Right, so I suppose I better get on with my dinner. Like I say, just waiting for the kettle to boil. It's what kind of day has it been? I think it's been a hair mug day today. Just about boiled. So I've had to boil the kettle again because I've had to get about 400 ml of stock, veg stock, ready to go. Okay, letting that brew. Okay, so the first thing this recipe is calling for is to spray non-stick frying pan with low calorie spray, which is what this is. I'm obviously using a wok rather than a frying pan. Today we are cooking Persian veg pilau. Ditto. Welcome to the stream. So we can get those underway. The first thing that the recipe calls for is some cardamom pods. 4 of them. So I'm actually going to use 4 rather than 1. Cardamom, cumin seeds, 2 teaspoons. Just letting the oil heat up. So some of those bay leaves, couple of bay leaves. full bay leaf, and cinnamon stick. 1 cinnamon stick. So it's 4 cardamom pods, which I will now very lightly crush just to pop them open. Oh, there we go. Right. In they go. And a couple of teaspoons of cumin seeds. Cumin. Cardamom. And then while that's doing, I'm going to be cutting the onion. Quarter of the onion. And what do they want with this? Chopped. Easy enough. You need a quarter of the onion because it's only me, and this recipe is for 4 people, as is usual. Chopped. In goes the onion. Right, the next thing it's calling for, not for a couple of minutes though, is mushrooms. Now these mushrooms start turning brown, but I'm still going to use them because I think they're still going to be. That one's not. See if I can find some mushrooms that are kind of edible. And a quick chop. Slice, should I say, not chop. Well, not so much a case of being resourceful, it's a case of I have to do it, otherwise it's a waste of food more than anything. Some milk. Mushrooms and garlic. So, we can go the mushrooms. I know it's not been going for 5 minutes. To be fair, probably doesn't need 5 minutes. What was it after that? Mushrooms, garlic. Garlic puree, as always. I really hope I have to add the stock soon because that's starting to dry out. Yep, rice, stock and courgettes. Right, so 75 grams of basmati rice, and it goes. I'm going to give that a quick stir, and then all the stock. 400 millilitres of stock there. Like I say, even though I quarter most things, when it comes to stock I tend not to. Just because you tend to find it boils dry if you don't. Or I've found that in the past, should I say. Rice, stock, courgette, celery. Didn't you pick up the courgette? Okay. Celery and butternut squash. Right. So, I've got some butternut squash here. So it's actually 50 grams that I've got here. The recipe does call for 300 grams of, sorry, not 300 grams, what am I on about? 200 grams of butternut squash. Yeah. So obviously, quarter of that is 50 grams of butternut squash. Butternut squash goes in. I really am forgetting today. Celery. Get the celery out. Why did I not get the celery out? Because I'm a fool. I don't appear to have any celery left. Yes, I do. It's buried. goes the celery. Right. Juice for 10 to 12 minutes. And we need a lemon. I really need to get a lid for this wok. Keep saying that, but I never do it. So this one's relatively quick recipe. I mean, the website says 50 minutes, but to be honest, as soon as the rice is done, and I've set it aside for a few minutes to absorb whatever moisture, whatever liquid's still there, it'll pretty much be done. I mean, I can't personally see this taking more than about half an hour, if that. Just give that a quick stir in. Just the cucumber, half the lemon juice. Okay, so let's slice up the cucumber then. Cucumber. We'll mix that in with everything once it's already done. Now, again, the recipe calls for 3 tomatoes. All I had in the fridge was 3 cherry tomatoes, so I might as well use them. Really? Even though I've got a really annoying voice. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you find it calming. As long as somebody takes something away from it. Right, let's have a quick stir of that. Okay. Don't you come over my veg dish. Right. Okay. I'm just going to turn the heat up on my rice for a minute. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Like I say, I'm glad people get something out of it at least. So even if it's a good laugh, I don't mind if people have a good laugh. At my expense. People have been laughing at me for years. Okay, so for those people who are wondering about the other recipe, like I say, I did do it yesterday, and all that's happening is I'm just reheating and giving it again today. So I'm just going to make sure it's properly reheated, properly heated through. But like I say, it's a it was steak and casserole. In answer to your question, ditto, every other week. So I do cooking one week, and then the other week I will do gaming streams. Provided my computer doesn't shut down from overheating, which is what it's been doing lately. But I have solved that problem. It wasn't just me, I actually took advice from somebody. And they suggested that I clean the heatsink, and you know, the amount of dust and crap that came off that heatsink was incredible. No wonder it kept shutting down through overheating. So anyway, that's the steak and ale casserole, the one that I did for the other person yesterday. So anybody watching on YouTube or re-watching on Twitch, that's that's it, and it comes from that book, the one I've been using for a little while now. So yeah. Right. You know what? Even though I added 400 millilitres, I think I might have to add a little bit more. Because it looks like there's liquid coming. Looks like the liquid is running out. So maybe enough in the kettle. Yep. Just a little bit more. Have I? No, I haven't got a lid that's going to fit. So I'm just going to have to keep adding water as it boils away. Oh well. Righty then. That's a carrot. I don't want a carrot. That's a piece of steak. 55, 57, 58, 60, 61. Keep going, I need you to reach 82. Not quite. Okay. I can make it. No, I can't, because I can't get hold of food grade metal. But I know somebody who can. Yeah, I'm from the UK, so yeah, from the UK. Less said about that politically, I think, the better at the moment. Hence the tea. I do drink coffee. I do like a cup of coffee. But, yeah, very much a tea person. Let's have a little bit more water. What part? Essex, although I'm not born and bred. Moved here 10 years ago. Why did I put the food probe away? I need it again. Okay. 71, so we're nearly there. Nearly there. $500 millilitres of stock, it said. It'd be fine with 500 millilitres of stock, it said. Yeah, okay. Do a bit of slicing with this. Slice the tomatoes. worried about the celery. The celery, come on. You know, there's at least 2 bits of steak in there. There we go. There we go. So 79, 80, 81, come on, 82. Still going up. Brilliant. Bit pointless, but I'll do the other piece as well. Yeah, that's fine. All good, all good. Oh, thank you. It's yes, it's kind of a unique one because, like I say, I wasn't born and bred in Essex. I've lived all over the UK, so yeah, got a little bit of accent from every place that I've lived, really. Right, okie dokie. Swap over. That's the spoon I want. 1, 2. Right, there's still some left. Okay. Back in a second. Leave it. Don't leave it. Right. Okie dokie. That's that done. Put the wok over there. Okay, so cucumber and tomatoes I'm going to put straight in the dish because I'm not fancy. I am right-handed though. A quick stir. And remember to take the bay leaf out. That does look good. Right. Quick wash down. I know this has been a short stream, but like I say, I only had myself to cook for tonight, well, kind of. Take out that cinnamon stick as well, I suppose. Right, I'll show you the efforts, the end result. Like I say, this is a Slimming World recipe. This is actually a free recipe, so there's no sins involved with this one. So technically I could eat as much of it as I want, but I try to limit it to 1 portion. Just because I don't want to get any fatter than I already am. Which is 110 kilos at the moment, like I say, or 220-ish pounds-ish. But anyway, Persian, I nearly said fruit. Persian veg pilau. I'm now going to sit and enjoy this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.